All right, BradCooney.com is absolutely honored to have on board the show once again Republic recording artist Sawyer Fredericks. What is up, Sawyer? Welcome home.
Thank you. Having a good day.
It's a good day. It's always a good day when you come on board. That's for sure. Now, we go back a ways now, Sawyer. Since the blind auditions, you've come a long way, huh?
Yes, I have.
Well, first and foremost, I wanted to congratulate you on all your success, and congratulations on the new record.
Thank you.
All right. So it took you a little bit of time to get this bad boy released, but Monday's the big day. It goes live everywhere. Talk about the process and the timing of the release. Talk about that a little bit.
I mean, I think the timing of the release was a lot of the decision of the label, so they could really introduce me as a new artist. I mean, like, the process of the recording of the album was just really fun, just because it was the first time co-writing and working with all these other producers, and it was just a really cool experience.
So is it almost like, the voice, winning the voice was great, which is awesome. We don't want to water that down at all. But was the mindset, as far as the label goes, is like to reintroduce you? Was that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I think so. I believe, like, a lot of time they really try to get out the album from, like, the voice winner out as quick as possible, just to keep riding that, like, publicity. But I think they really just wanted to introduce me as a new artist and show that I'm not just, like, I'm able to stand without, like, the voice. Or, I mean, I'm not putting down the voice at all, because, I mean, I'm so grateful for everything they've done for me, and I love everyone there, and I'm just happy that the label's doing this for me. I
get that. I really do. I think that the voice is awesome. Again, I'll reiterate what you said. This is no slight at the voice at all, because what the voice does is phenomenal for artists. But I like the fact that it's almost like a phase 2 for you. Phase 2, here's Sawyer. This is what Sawyer's originality is all about. This is what his songwriting is all about. Because let's face it, on the voice you have to sing covers for the most part, and then you get to do your own thing now. All right. So let's talk about the tour. You just announced the West Coast tour, of course, promoting your record, A Good Storm. And I'm seeing a lot of cool dates here in places. I'm seeing Tucson, Arizona, May 7th, May 8th. I'm seeing Albuquerque, New Mexico, and May 10th, Denver, Colorado, May 11th, Aspen, Colorado. So you're going to be like one traveling cat here, man. Talk about the tour.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that, just because also I'm going to be working with my band. We're all going to be in a band together, which is going to be a really cool experience, and I don't know, it's just going to be really fun.
All right, so also Mia is he playing on the tour as well?
Yes, she is joining me, and I'm really excited for having her with me, just because she's such a great friend, and I admire her so much with her music and all of her songwriting. I'm just really excited to be able to spend more time with her.
How sick is her vocal range?
So sick.
It's sick, man. It's really, you could like shatter a wine glass with her voice. It's like unbelievable. So where can everybody go to learn more about the tour? I just read off a few dates, but they can go to your website to see the rest of it, right? So what's the website?
It's SawyerFredericks.com, and you can find all the tour dates on that and everything.
There it is, folks. So just go to SawyerFredericks.com and definitely check out Sawyer as he comes to your city. There's a whole bunch of them on there. I encourage you to do that. So let's move on. Let's talk about Pharrell Williams a little bit. That's, of course, he was your mentor and coach on The Voice, and he's also involved on your records. Talk about that a little bit.
I mean, getting him to, I'm just so happy that he's supported me through this whole thing, and I got to work with him on the show. But getting to work with him on some of my own work is amazing, just because he's just an amazing producer, and being in the studio with him was really cool to be in his own environment, and really, like, on the show, I'm losing myself here.
Yeah, it's like it was more of a more personal, more one-on-one-ish. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, definitely.
So, was there any wow moments to where you, like your song, you had it in your mind one way, but when Pharrell was done with it, you were like, wow. Did that happen at all?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's definitely the Pharrell version. It's got a lot of really cool stuff, but I mean, I also appreciate the original version of it just because, I mean, the way I write the songs, I really want to keep like every piece in it and keep all of the lyrics because I'm very, very picky about my lyrics and yeah.
One of the things Pharrell did really good for you, I thought, when he was coaching you in The Voice was he pretty much let you be you. And you had mentioned that yourself. So did that also apply when he was working with you in the studio? You just kind of maybe just
I believe so, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
It's still me. It's my song, and I'm still singing from the heart and enjoying the music. But I think he adds his own style to the song, which I appreciate, and I think it really showed a different side of me.
Awesome stuff, man. So let's talk about the album cover, the design. Who designed that, and what's the meaning behind the album cover?
Lissy L designed it, and she was taking the photos. And basically, actually, that photo was not planned to be the album cover, but we just liked it so much that we decided to have as the album cover. I mean, we found the storm drain, and I was just like, I gotta get down there. We gotta get a picture. And I mean, Lissy L is just a great photographer, and she did all these cool edits with it, and I'm really happy with it.
So what's up with a good storm? I live in Mississippi, and we don't like bad thunderstorms down here. But of course, I'm playing. But what's the meaning behind a good storm? The title.
I mean, I love when a storm comes up on the farms just because you can see it from miles away, and watching it come across the fields is very ominous and very beautiful. But I mean, I think a good storm shows a lot of what my music is. It's heartbreaking yet beautiful.
Very well said. I get it also. I was joking a minute ago, but of course in Mississippi we get crazy tornadoes and severe hail and lightning. That's not the kind of storm you're talking about. You're talking about one of those storms that you hear off in the distance, the rolling thunder, the nice peaceful raindrops that hit the roof. One of those summer night storms out in the distance, right?
Yeah. I mean, I love the downpours as well, and just
all right, so he got a little rebel in him. I hear you, man. Yeah, that's good stuff. All right, so I want to go back to. Let's rewind. Let's go back in time a little bit. When you reflect back to your blind audition, which I still remember to this day, it was amazing. I mean, everybody's spinning their chairs at the same time in 2 seconds. And then you look to where you are now. Describe the journey in a few words. That's brought you from the blind audition to where you are now, about to release your debut album.
Yeah. All right, that's gonna be a tough one. Let me think.
Well, you can use more than a couple words.
No, that's cheating. I mean, I think the process has just been a very great learning experience. I mean, starting off singing Manicots and Sorrow on The Voice, and getting to meet all these other artists, and going forth through the show, and working with Pharrell, and meeting all the coaches. And I think it was just an amazing learning experience. And after the show, just great things, and all the stuff that was just put in front of me that is just such blessings. With the producers I worked with and my band, and it's just been a real blessing. And I think I've grown as an artist and as a musician.
How are you doing with the whole fame thing? Is that getting any easier for you as far as being approached for autographs and pictures and everywhere you go?
Yeah, it's definitely gotten a lot easier for me. I mean, I haven't really been out very much lately just because I've been enjoying being on the farm, and anywhere I'm going is normally either one of my family's houses or here.
Right.
But I think I've gotten used to it now.
That's good, man. It's gonna, It's going to be a long, happy road, man. It's going to be a good storm. It's going to be a good storm. You know, you're not only a great singer. I mean, I love your vocals. You're also a really good guitar player, and you're also a brilliant songwriter.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's true. How do you decide on which songs to put on a record? I mean, because you have a ton. Even before you got noticed in The Voice, I watched your YouTube stuff, and you have a million different original songs. So how does it all filter? What is your filter process to actually select one for the album?
I mean, a lot of it is like what songs I've written recently that I'm like really into. But I mean, also my mom helps me decide, and everybody else helped me decide on the songs on the album. And I think it was a really big team effort in picking which songs. But I think it's a lot of just like planning which songs will go into others very well and make it an actual journey going through the album.
Is there any songs on the record that you believe will get some mainstream radio play across the country?
Oh, yeah. I don't really know. Not like a good, like, I'm not really sure, like, completely what's mainstream right now, so I don't really know. But, I mean, I hope a lot of them do, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's about timing. It really is. It's what's in demand at the time, and your genre also. There is quite a few radio stations that do play your genre. So, So I think I'm pretty sure you will have something climb, man. You're good. You're a good chart climber. You got that experience behind you now. All right, so we're gonna do some fan questions, man.
All right.
I had a ton of them, man. And you know how fan questions, they can be unpredictable sometimes, but we think we picked out some good ones for you.
Okay.
All right, so the first question is from Zoe, and you're probably going to recognize some of these because you have such passionate fans that follow you everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Zoe wants to know, what made you want to label the title of your new album A Good Storm?
I think it was just a song that really meant a lot to me, and it really, let me think here. Well, it's a lot what I was saying before about A Good Storm, it being beautiful and yet heartbreaking. But I think it's just because of the song that I wrote when I was younger. I really connected with the lyrics in it, and I felt like it was the perfect name for the album.
Good stuff. Okay, and the next fan question is from Ren. Ren wants to know, what song on the record would you say is the most important to you, and why?
I would say it's probably Still Here or A Good Storm, just because it's purely me, and I really enjoy just the raw, just me and my guitar, and just heartbreaking in the songs and the emotion.
Okay. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing this one right or not. Forgive me if I'm not. Roymeister, I think that's it. Does or will your band have a name?
I mean, if they want one, they can have one.
Have you thought of any names that you want to tag them or no?
I haven't.
So you got Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. So you need Sawyer Fredericks and the whatever band. You got to think of something. All right. Rahayuni, I think that's pronounced correctly. She wants to know, what was the most challenging part of making the new record? That's a good question. I'm kind of curious about that myself.
I mean, there was a lot that goes into the record, but I think the most challenging part for me was the co-writing, just because working with other artists and sharing something very personal to myself and singing it in front of other people in the writing process, I think was the hardest part for me. Mm-hmm. And also just like recording to a click, because I never ever did that before.
Yeah, that's good, true. Do you ever get nervous still? I mean, you look so relaxed and in your own world when you're up there. You're almost like in your own stratosphere when you sing. But is there any nerves still?
I don't think think I get really nervous on stage anymore. I mean, last time when I was performing Take It All on The Voice, I think it brought back a lot of nerves from being on the show. So I think that's like the only stage I get nervous on now.
Have you had a chance to look at this season at all of The Voice?
I have been watching it a little bit, and there's a lot of great artists and some really cool music on there.
Can you say a few of the ones that you like?
I don't want to change the outcome.
Yeah, true. I like Adam Whitfield. I'll say it. That guy is got that southern rock thing going down, so I like him. Speaking of The Voice, you know who told me to say hello to you? Blind Joe. Blind Joe hit me up, direct message the other day. He wanted me to tell you. He said, "Hey man, and thanks for." He wanted me to thank you for plugging him on Twitter the other day.
Oh, no problem.
Cool, man. All right, next question. Either it's Char or Shar, and again, Char or Shar. Forgive me if I pronounced that wrong. When will you announce dates for the next leg of your tour? I guess after this West Coast, do you have stuff lined up for like the South? I've been hit up. I live in the South, so I had a lot of people hit me up. Hey, man, Sawyer Fredericks better come down here to the South and the Southeast too.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of hard to tell just because there's a lot of like planning that goes into it, and I mean I don't really know. So I'm not really sure what to say.
You need to go back to your label and say, "Yeah, man, Memphis, Nashville, Jackson, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Jacksonville, Florida." Yeah, there's a lot of big cities in the South that love Sawyer music, so put a little heat on that label. All right, Cody. You know Cody. I know Cody. Everybody knows Cody. Cody is a great girl. I think she lives in South America, I believe, down there somewhere. She wants to know, how do you feel about releasing your first album? Yeah, it's kind of a simple but a good question. How's it feel, man? It's done now.
Well, it's not my first album, but...
Well, your first one from Republic. Right.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. The first album I made was when I was about like 14 years old, and it was just in a guy's basement. It was all independently made.
Right.
But the first album was an actual like real record label, and working with other musicians. I mean, I'm just so proud that I can put out something that's like really me and the music that I've created, and seeing it come to life with the band and all the other musicians, and it's just a great journey.
Now your cousin's playing with you also, right? You bring him along for the ride?
He is. Yes, he is.
You know, it's important for you, isn't it? It's important that you have that camaraderie and the people that you've played with before to go on tour with.
Most definitely.
Yeah, man. Shannon King. Shannon King's a big fan of yours. I also want to give Shannon some credit for helping me out with this interview, too. She helped me with some of these questions. She wants to know, if you had to describe your new album in one word, what would it be? Other than awesome. We all know it's awesome, but pick another word.
All right, let me think. One word, huh? Good.
Good. It's good, man. It's all good. It's a good storm. It's good stuff. It's probably a relief to finally get it done too, right?
Yes, it is.
All right, Sawyer. So that's it for the fan questions. Before I let you go, I wanted to always give you an opportunity to share some closing thoughts, talk about your website, talk about where people can get the record, share your social sites, all that stuff.
Well, I mean, you can pre-order it all right now. Like, you can pre-order the album on SawyerFredericks.com, and on Friday we'll be giving everybody who pre-ordered the song an instant grat of the original version of Four Pockets. Nice.
That's good stuff. Anything you want to say to your fans in closing out there?
Really just thank you for all the support, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them.
All right, so there you go, folks. Sawyer Fredericks came back onto the Brad Cooney podcast, and I really appreciate you doing that. It's almost like you're part of the family here. We got you early in the game, and look, man, when you get those platinum selling records, we still want you to come back now. Don't forget us.
Oh, I will.
Sawyer, thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate you doing this.